सर स्टार्ट करू शकता सर आपण.
सर माझी स्क्रीन शेअर होते का बघूया. जस्ट अ मिनिट.
ओके ओके एकच मिनिट. ओके सर, गो होस्ट आपण आहात आणि आपण स्क्रीन शेअर करू शकता सर.
जस्ट मिनिट. माझी स्क्रीन शेअर दिसते सर. झाले?
येस सर, येस सर, येस.
एकच मिनिट सर. माझा आवाज पण येतो ना सर?
येस सर, येस सर.
आणि माझा कॅमेरा फ्रंटला दिसत नाहीये सर, त्याचं काय करायला लागेल?
कॅमेरा दिसत नाहीये का? एकच मिनिट
सर. व्हिडिओ ऑन करा तुमचा. स्टार्ट व्हिडिओ आहे त्याच्यावरती क्लिक करा.
तुम्ही व्हिडिओ ऑन केलाय का?
हो, माझा
व्हिडिओ ऑन करा सर.
एक मिनिट.
हा, तुम्ही तुमचं नाव ठेवलेलं आहे वाटतं कॉलेजचं.
एक मिनिट. नाव रिटर्न टू मीटिंग. ओके, स्टार्ट व्हिडिओ. फाईन.
हाय सर.
Fine.
Yes.
So shall I start?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good morning. Today we are talking about that international marketing crash course, unit number 2. As discussed yesterday, unit 1 we have clear, and we are going to plan for today's session for unit 2, and if possible, we are going for unit number 3, some part of the unit 3. So these are two interesting topics we are going to discuss on today's sessions: the international marketing environment and marketing research, and second part is a marketing mix, international marketing mix, unit number 3. So first we talk about that unit number 2, what the international marketing environment, and what is affect on international business, and how we are need to tackle the situation as per the need of time. So international business environment refer as to be surrounding an external objective influences, circumstances under which some of or something are existing. The Davis sketch says that define as environment of this business as, as the aggregate all conditions and events and influences that surround and affect it. Means we talked about the today's world. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected the all over world from even say March 2019. We are 2020. We are facing many problems, but the story started in October 2019. So because of that, the virus is given name as the COVID-19 because the virus come in 2019 in China. There is long story behind it, and everyone know about that how the virus created or to be how to transfer from the animal to human, and how it is to make the serious causes for all over in business, in not only business in the human life, daily life, as you and me. But because of this, even not only the effect on the health of the human, it is badly affect on the economy, and ultimately the recession is coming. Right now, India is facing many volume of this unemployment, and ultimately it is giving the feedback and the reverse impact on the other economies and the businesses in all over the globe. The components of international marketing or business environment is a social, demographical, economical, commercial environment, and majority of this commercial environment, then political environment, cultural environments, then legal countries environment, etc. So one by one we are going to explain. The first is that the social environment. Social environment, it is referred as to be what type of community grouping have. We know very well the world, we can say having different groups. The first part is that the Catholic, then Catholic as Roman Catholic and modern Catholic people's countries groups, and second part is that Muslim peoples, and Muslims also are divided into two groups, as that Shia Sunnis groups and Ahliya these and different other followers types of the group we are having. And then apart from these Muslims and Christians, then Hindus leading countries as like India and Nepal and other countries, then Buddhist countries. So on the basis of the social environment, and it is playing important role, and as per these rules, the culture are facing or enjoying these festivals, and that the demand is changes as per the festivals and the cultural and social environment. Then demographic. Demographic environment is playing a vital role because the demographic study about the fact and figures, what type of the people population have, what type of the purchasing power, age group, then education, etc. The demographic environment need to study, because with the help of demographic study, we can betterly understand about that, and perceive and perceptions about the international market. Then economic environment. Economic environment is playing vital role, as well as yeah, the whole demand. Even the population is high, the social environment is favorable, then economic environment is not good, so ultimately the business is not well done. Then commercial environment. Commercial environment having many more problems, and many more points. That's the problem of commercial environment. Means the banking structure, communication structure, have it or not. Then business structure, what type of business structure they are running in a country. Then competitions. Then mode of business. What type of mode of business is simply says that the culture of the business environment. Suppose that the many countries are preferred to for a on crash indeed. Suppose that if you talk about that, one more example is name as Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is do not have a good reputations in the mode of the business, because many more credit payment is not received from the Sri Lanka. Even all over the world are facing same problem. Then communication. The major role of this international business is the in communication, telecommunication, video communication, and other type of communications. Facility is not available, so ultimately it is killing negative and positive impact on the business, as vice versa. Business ethics. The business ethics are also are having its own values, because business ethics, the country who do not have business ethics, or the areas who do not have business ethics, ultimately the business will not run properly. If you go to quote stories, the Somalia and Ethiopia, the countries who have it do not have business ethics, or very low standard of business ethics. Ultimately, if you wanted to plan for business in Somalia, so this of business will not have. And adoptions. Then how the peoples are adopting technology, products, etc. So step of this adoption process are affecting on the commercial environment. Simply says that India is one of the best countries who are adopting the all type of products and easily, and we are very habitualized with this the new utilizing of new products. But it's not favorable with all our countries all over the world. Then political environment, home country politics and host country politics and global politics. These three political environment are divided. Home country politics is referred as the ruling countries, or the manufacturing, or the company origin countries. Political environment also playing important role, because the all trade and tariff barriers and other legal and facilities, and other the ease doing business index also impacting on this political environment. In host country political environment means that with the where wanted to do business, the political environment are playing the important role in the political environment studies. Then global politics. Global politics is referred as to be group of the countries, politics, diplomats, and the relations with the other countries are having their own importance in the political environment study. Then cultural environment. Cultural environment characteristic that culture is a perception. Means we cannot be says that 100% is working the same, but we can be prescribe the behavior of people. Then culture is a social share. Culture is the things that the socially shared, and ultimately the goal and the ideas will be shared, and the thought and beliefs of the people will be shared by the culture and environment. Then the culture of learn. Many more time the peoples are only beliefs and thoughts are come by the religions. So ultimately the what type of the learning objectives and subjectives, etc. are affecting. The culture of enduring. This culture will never be end. It is be continue and be long lasting for impact on a business. Then culture is the dynamics. So ultimately, the culture are playing, we can say, ideal behavior of the consumers and customers. The culture is a community, which means the culture is not be affected on a particular one person. It is be affected on different type of people and simultaneously. So ultimately, the group of the peoples are affected, and out your business. The cultural facility for communications means to be it is a culture when having when the your proper study about this culture, you can be properly facilitated the communication of the people. An example of that, in month of Ramzan, the all the Muslim countries, especially with its Gulf countries, are providing the holidays for the peoples, and the demand of the fruit, vegetables, dry foods, etc., and the cloth are demand is extremely changes, and it is rapidly increase. So if you are having the stuff of the communications and the ideas and conceptual clearness, which the culture and affect it, ultimately it will be make the more profitable environment for the people, for the business. Then legal environment is same as the home country law, host country's law, and international law. The home country law, where the company is established, and the company's home country's law are allowed it to foreign investment and doing businesses for allowing the permissions for to be particular countries, etc. Then international host countries is are allowed or not for to be your products. Then host countries rules and regulation, tariff barriers, etc. Then international law, the even the host country and home countries agree with this. Is the international law supporting or not with for the business? Is another story. Then we're talking about the World Bank. World Bank. In short, we can say is in after Second World War, the two twin sister are can come in a business, or we can say all in the world. This name as then IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank. The World Bank is International Bank of Reconstruction and Development. And to be following objectives which I'm going to explain. In the area of the operation is that agriculture and rural development, conflict resolution and development. Actually, the development operations, then economic policies, then education, energy, environment, financial sector, gender balances, then governance, industries, mining, then poverty reductions, then private sectors development, trade and transport. This area of business in the World Bank. Then organized structure. Organized structure we can say they are running by the three boards. There is the board of the board of governor, the president of the World Bank, and the executive directors. The board of governors, which all the member parties are on the board of the governor. Then executive directors are all countries chief ministers and ministers of the finance are a member of the executive directors, and out of them the one of these come on the president board, or we can see elected as the president of the World Bank of India. And function of World Bank. Function of World Bank is that Millennium Development Goals. World Bank are providing funds for to be development for many objectives, etc. Then the loans, providing a soft loan, or we can say easy loan for to be underdeveloping countries and poor countries, and providing a special grant for to be the social problem and as well as for economic development, and the other services to be helpful in resolving conflict and to do welfare activities for international business. Then IEC, International Economic Integration. International Economic Integration is the integration of the countries who are providing the welfare activities and more focus about this free trade agreement, customer union, common market, and economic union. Then political and legal environment. Political environment and legal environment, such as the political environment name as home country political, host country political, and the global country political, as we discussed. Then political systems. Then political system is demographic, autography, and the philosophy of the communisms. It means what type of the ruling system having a country it is having. The political risk of type, ownership or the control risk, which can be confliction, exportations, nationalizations, and demonstrations. This type of the risk having the political risk, then green of general instability risk, then operational risk, and the transfer risks, or we can say blockage. Managing political risk. How we can we tackle or face the political risk? That encouraging the local investors, then employment generation for the host countries, then sharing of the ownership from. You cannot be said that it's 100% owned by your own companies, and the companies from Indian origin. It is completely run the business in UAE or somewhere else. So ultimately, the sharing ownership is playing important role. Then national welfare, what type of the welfare activities are run by the company in a host country and home country, as like we can say to avoid the political risk. Then political national attitude means what type of the attitude of the people toward the business is in. Then political instability, then attitude of the nationals, policies of the host countries, nepotisms of the and corruptions, and terrorisms and wars. System of political instability, we cannot be controlled. But yes, we need to study about that, and with this study, we can be come out early days, and we can be avoid the loss from the business. The legal environment, the home country law, host country law, and international law. The international legal system is a common law, civil law, theoretical law, legal differences, anti-dumping law, and import licensing, etc. This type of we can be broadly classified into the as tariff law and non-tariff law as well. Then culture environment, concept of culture and the characters of culture. Uh, Actually, we are discussing in before it the culture, the personal perception, the social issue, subjective, enduring, and these are having we are having clear idea about that. Then hot shade of the 6-dimension culture. Then 6-dimension culture we discuss about the power distance index. Means uh, when we are having different type of culture, the power distances is to be who are running and who are taking decisions, and the influencing peoples or group of the influencing people index, and what type of the influences they are having in international market, it is done. Then individual versus collectivisms. Individual versus collectivisms is referred as many people are being run by the single countries, autocratic countries or democratic countries, or collectivisms are affecting on a business. Uncertainty in the avoidance index means what type of the uncertainty having in a business, and how they are dealing with this. Then long-term orientations versus short-term orientations. Long-term orientations, individual and business. Just a word. Cultural values, the individualization and collectivisms, then power distances. Individuals, international marketing research. Sorry. Um, Individual versus the collectivisms. Then what type of the individual, sorry, the power distances I discussed, the masculinity and femininity, what type of the male and female dominance on the businesses. Many more countries as they got for reasons of the Arabias are masculine countries, they are preferred and the ruling by the male. Then uncertainty and avoidance, and long-term versus short-term orientation. Then international marketing research process, defining the marketing research problem and objectives. What are the market? First, we talk about that the marketing research, international marketing research, why we are need to do and when we are need to do. It is a continuous process. We cannot be avoid with international market research in a business in a single day. We need to study about that all the continuously collecting the data, various resources, ultimately analyzing the environment and taking decisions as per the need of time So it is the main we can say idea behind the interest marketing research process. How the research are doing on. So the international marketing research define as research problem and objective. Whatever the problem we having, what type of the objective we have, and with the help of this objective, we are planning for international marketing research. Then developing research plan. What type of research plan we have, and what type of activities we need to do for this developing of research. Then deciding the type of the data. What type of data we require and how to collect is a story. Determining the research approaches. Determining research approaches means what type of approaches, the collective bargaining approaches, then fact-finding approaches, what type of approaches we have, and we need to study. We need to find out the correct approaches for the correct problem. Then the selected methods of the data collection. What type of data collection? Primary data, selected second data. The primary data you collected. How you collect it? Whether your own self, by or you collecting by the third party. So such type of data are we can say with the help of this data, the decisions are run up, or we can go for conclusion. Deciding the sampling plan means what type of sampling plan we have and design the sampling, then collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information. So what type of the data we are having, we need to analyzing properly, and with the help of analyzing, we need to interpret the information. Then scope of research in international market. What type of the international marketing research scope you have? International marketing research as on base of the industries, acquisition of analyzing, diversification analysis, market share analysis, export analysis, and market characteristics. Then even the market characteristics, the current market size, the projected market growth, then number of the competitor, capital requirement for run of business, barrier of the entries, then seasonal factor, what type of the seasonal factor having, then research market trend, means what type of the economical and global trends as well as the host country's economy trend we need to study. Information technology marketing research, how the information technologies are playing helping role in a marketing research, especially international marketing research. I mean, the marketing information system type estimate. I need to drink water. Recurrent information, then monitoring information, requested information. This type of the help we can be collect from the information technology systems. Then barrier of the benefit of MIS. Benefits means MIS, management information system. With the help of information system, we are taking decisions or management. We call it the MIS. Then market monitoring. Market monitoring is referred as how we can be correct and analyzing the market. We can study market strategy development as per the climate and environment of the market. We need to develop a strategy, and the strategies need to change. Even the climate or factor affecting the impact changes, we need to change the strategies as well. Then functional integration. The on base of the strategy, functional integration are playing are need to do. Say an example of that in COVID-19, many more countries are immediately stop the purchasing from the foreign countries. So ultimately, what type of the manufacture of the goods in the month of the March is very difficult to see in the market. So what need to do? Functional integration is that even it is not sold in one country, it is going to plan for sold in next countries. So ultimately, functional integration are need to do. The decision for support system. What type of the decision support system we are having means to be interconnectivity, then flexible, discovery oriented, then user friendly. So this type of the decision support system are need to develop, and it is obviously with the help of information technology we can be doing. So friends, so it is we can say end of the unit number second, and in this unit number second, we are partially covered about that basic idea behind the international marketing research. We can be conclude the short as a unit number second is the business is only run with the help of international business activities. With the marketing research, it is done properly. Then and then only you can be encash your opportunity, and you can be avoid the unwanted risk, or you can be tackle this risk, or we can be say minimizing the risk and be better understanding of the business. I would like to quote some story with you. So international marketing research. Um, in simple words, Nokia come in a market, and Nokia is planning. They say about that in Nokia was a company. I say was because right now it is company, but it was not a leading company. It was leading company in the, before of 1 decade. Before a 1 decade, the Nokia was a big brand, and the all Indians and many more all over the globe people buy the Nokia mobile. But the Nokia is not properly understand the customer requirement, perceptions, competitions, and international marketing uh, environment in even in India. And the perceptions of the Nokia is that the Indian peoples are will not be use the smartphone. They will not buy the smartphone. They don't have buying capacity and etc. The stuff of myth in having in the myth in mind of the Nokia. But ultimately, the story is changed by Samsung and other companies, and even the Apple are saying same as, and even a good opportunity have with the Apple. Apple lose the opportunity, and Samsung are created opportunity. Many more other companies, the Chinese companies and Indian companies, Oppo, Vivo, and etc. come in the market, and they enjoy the markets, and they make a huge profit in the telecommunication sector. So if the marketing research is not properly, what type of the huge profit have, actually it is deserved for to be Nokia, but it is not earned by Nokia because of this poor marketing research, and it is not be tackled properly. The strategy is not developed as per the need, and ultimately it is created loss. So each and every time in industrial marketing research, you need to develop the particularly segment, particularly products developments and strategy, what type of the opportunity we have it, and need to find out the opportunity and to break the ice and properly, as well as to crack the opportunity in a proper manner. So it is end of the unit number second. So I'm going to continue unit number third as well. So international marketing mix. What we can say multiplication of these different factors on marketing environment. The international marketing decisions. Marketing decisions means product decisions, international product line decisions. The market segment decision means what type of products you wanted to develop, what type of product you have, and where to produce, how to produce, what quality are required, what the customer expectation about the products. It is based on the international product line. Then product line market segment decisions, what type of the market having, and how they are divided, etc. Then product decision mix means what quantity, what the minimum shipping products, etc. And product specification, what type of specification you can manufacture, and what the customer expectations, what the economic benefit of producing a particular type of the goods. So an example that the Hindustan Unilever manufacturing the soap, even the one of soap name is a Moti. Actually, the name of the Moti is in Maharashtra people say using for the dog, but still the products are the manufacturing by soap is the same process, and one soap, the name is light ball, is sold on a very cheap price, and one soap is named as the Moti, it is sold on a high price at particular days, especially in Diwali vacation. So ultimately the marketing mix decisions, what type of the market requirement, when and where, and whatever products the customer will, ultimately the product are need to develop as per the people's demand on the mindset of people's. Then product specification or specialization, whatever products you can manufacture at the geographical indications, GM developments, or we can be say the specialty, or to be identification of the particular say as Nagpur Santri, or we can be say Shimla apple, or the Nashik grapes. the system of specifications having in the market, and we can even Alfonso Mango from the Coca. Positioning and communications decision. What type of this communication channel we are going to do? Who are going to communicate and how to communicate, and how the position are placed in the market by your products. The product characteristics versus the adaptation arguments. What type of the products having product standardization strategy, how the product will be standardized, and what type of the product market entry level, or from the product range from where to where, or what type of the buying capacity of the customer, and as per the buying capacity, the countries are even the companies are deciding what type of product launch in the market or not. The same example that the Toyota and many other companies are launching very low grade products in the Indian market, because they feel that the Indian market is not such mature, and even they are not much having buying capacity. But actually it is not. Many more Rolls Royce, even we can be story about the BMW, Audi, and etc. These are making them much more profit, and ultimately the Toyota is lost the cream product sales. Then strength extension, whatever the strain of market we need to study and how we can be sell. Then communication adaptations, how to communicate with the people, and what type of the language barrier, non-language barriers, and how to cover out this based on the communication adaptations. Then product alternation, how the product are altered from the previous marketing, previous product which is available in the market, how we can be alter the products, or how we can be change our own products or as well as competitor products. And dual adaptations means simultaneously a launching of two products. One products are running in a regular market, or which is having having a good report, simultaneously trying for a new products. Then product inventions, what if for the product, new things having a markets in telecommunication, computers, and any other many other sectors having product innovations systems. Then product innovation strategy, what if for the product innovation strategy we have it backward inventions and forward inventions. What type of the invention we are having, even for a pricing point of view, what type of this trend and we can see fashion of the products, the forward and backward inventions we need to cover. The international product life cycle, the stage first. In life cycle, we can say the life of the start from products, from manufacturer or the basic idea about the products, and it will be go on in different stages. As then the stage or zero, we can say local innovation. What the products we are manufacturer, we are going to using the local innovation. I put an example of that. Some of a video I saw that the people have made a ladder to for coconut farmers. So it is a local invention in Tamil Nadu, and easily we can be use this ladders, and even the ladders are not too much technologically developed. Then over the second part is the overseas innovations, means even the innovations is locally used, it can be directly used for foreign country overseas. Then maturity, even in stage second, the product is apart from this IPR, and this product is mature, people are aware about that, and ultimately worldwide innovations stage 3 means the group worldwide the production is going on, and people are enjoying these products. So all the products in international business or international marketing need to follow this life cycles. Then role of international marketing, labeling in international market. What is a label? Label, you can say tag on the products which giving information about the products, and it is one more purpose is to attract the customers and giving clear idea about that what type of the protections, identify, then new look, check the alterations, then product attractiveness, make product more attractive, then product diversifications, how the products are differ from other, it can be explained on a label. Advertising and sales and promotion, whatever sales promotion activities we are having, get one buy one, and many more offers, or if you buy these products, what type of the gift vouchers and etc. having with the products, these type of the information or sales promotion activities information are available on the label. So providing necessary information, what type of the content where to manufacture, what is the date of expiry, etc. And customer care information also giving. So this is the part of the label. Then function of packaging. Function of packaging is main purpose that the packaging we can be say cover or envelope, which main purpose is to be protect the products. But nowadays the packaging are having some different intention as well. First part is the protection, then second part is that the perceptions means to be how to perceive the products, then presentation, even the products is properly present in business. Say an example of that, for a thumbs up or Coca-Cola. Even the previous day it was a plastic tray. Right now it is wrapped in the plastic paper, and the main purpose is the presentations, then information about that, what if of the products having, how to carry, even the security and safety issues, safety measures, and informations are written on the packaging. Then legal requirement, many more time the products are we may be harm for the countries or harm for the society. It is need to pack properly, especially with this perishable goods, and even for the chemical and explosive material. Then for the economy purpose, ultimately the packaging are overhead cost for finished goods. So even it is important role, but then also it is need to tackle with the economic conditions. And after use value, then after you when the products are used, the packaging is sometimes it is not useful for the all time. So ultimately after use values, it is right now many more companies are launching the plastic can and drum for to be edible oil. What the purpose behind it? The purpose behind it, the people are buying, even the psychological mechanical study says that the people are buying the can because of they wanted to store the oil and etc. in a particular can, and they don't want to buy some more commodities or etc. to store for to be the products. Then consumer confidence. Whatever the confidence having the consumers, and the consumers will be more feel attractiveness and as well as comfort when a good packaging habit. Then avoid losses. The main thing is that to be avoid losses for the theft, for the rats and other insects. Packaging apply protections even from the weather as rain and even the winds etc. And avoid alternations. The many malpractices are done in businesses. So for to avoid alternations, need proper packaging is required. Then factor and packaging for international market. What if of the packaging structure or design we need to make, and what a factor affecting on packaging decisions it is going to discuss. First thing is that the physical characteristics means what type of the physical characteristics the product is in what nature, liquid, solid, gases form, what type of this flammability, even the shell life of the products, the physical characteristics of the products. Say an example that onion is need a ventilated ventilation, a good ventilation. Even it is not required a cool temperature, but yes, it is required the good ventilation. So ultimately, the physical characteristics is an make helpful to take a core decision for the physical packaging or packaging of the in international market. Then language, what type of the language need to write on this package, because ultimately the product is shipment from one country to another country. Suppose that the product is manufacturing in India and going to sell in Russia. So obviously the Russian language instruction need to write on the packaging. Then the color, what type of the color we need to do, because many more countries are, and the people psychologically are like and dislike the color, as like the European people says, and the Gulf country people are not like the black, and even some colors are faced are we considered as a for particular countries. The size, what type of the size having, and even a bulk in a small quantity, and multi packing or the bulk packing etc. Then economy, what is the cost for the packaging. Then containers, even it is not suitable for container or not, as per the transportations requirement, the packaging also the change. Then convenience, easy to handle for and making the friendly for transportation for lift and for queue. Then climate, whatever the climate with the moisture condition, temperature, etc. need to study about for the climatic conditions. And on the basis of the climatic conditions, the product packaging are changes. So an example of that, if you wanted to import any products in Japan, so Japan having much more moistures, and ultimately they need to more plastic wrapping as compared to other Asian countries. Then accepted norms, what type of the norms and rules and regulation made by the host country, home country. These norms are playing an important role in decisions. Then miscellaneous factors. Miscellaneous factors is referred to the same place, same time as to be what type of logos, design, structure, some type of the company identification, and special factors on designing, packaging, designing. Regulations in foreign countries. What are the regulations have in the foreign countries? Then buyer specification. What are the buyers required and what the buyers demand? As per the demand, the packaging are done. Since simple say 17 kg onion pack is not available in the market, but yes, in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, and other countries are using 17 kg, 18 kg bag of onion. Or even in Australia, you study about that the ginger garlic paste in a many form in a bottle or kg formats. The social culture factors. The social culture factors on base of this the environment and the cultural systems. The goods are need to pack. I put an example of that. The Indian products is made as celebration. The one of the brand is name of Cadbury's products. Celebration are making a bulking or bunching of the products. Actually, the packaging is like we can say we can say silly sense of the people using silly sense, and such the sense that if you wanted to give a gift, a celebration products is developed by the dairy milk, and bunch of the products which is not be occasionally buy or not be regularly buy. Even these products can be sold just in a combo pack, and the products is sold in a very rapid manner, especially in Raksha Bandhan and Diwalis and other festivals. And people enjoy this type of the packaging because of social cultural factors. Then retailing characteristics. Then retailing means what type of the retailing characteristics. When you wanted to buy the bulk, how it is easy to break the bulk for the retail persons. Then environmental factors. And what about the political, social, legal, environmental factors and disposabilities. Right now, it is a very serious issue about this with thermocol and plastic packaging. Because of that, many more government rules and regulations come in the market. So, if you buy a new laptop or computers, it is come by some wooden box, or sometimes it is maybe some the paper box, good condition, good material. Actually, it is avoiding for this thermocol for a packaging. Essential of the or requisite of the good packaging. Whatever the good packaging standard we need to do, first of all the color of the packaging, then language, then size, then climate, the nature of the products, length of distribution channels. Also having for especially with the perishable goods and the long distribution channel, it need to make easy for the bulk. The nature of the containers, then whatever the transportation conditions and container we are using, then trend of the packaging, whatever trend in market and how to package this need, and mode of cost of the packaging and criteria for export packaging. Then first we method of transportation and transport use. This whatever the transport need to study and use. The nature of goods, whatever the goods we are uh, having, and whatever the packaging material we need to do. Then packaging cost, ultimately if the buying capacity have or not, and if the buying capacity is yes, then it is no need to change the packaging cost or see. For example, that the Tetra milk packaging is not using in the Indian market, because Indian market is not willing to spend money on Tetra packaging. But it's in foreign countries and the countries who are having much more not the price conscious, or we can say ample of money they have. They use the Tetra packing for a for a milking. Then the regulation to be observed is what of the regulations have with the local and the host countries. need to study the environmental, infrastructural, and conditional to be incorporated. What if the infrastructure having for transportation, it need to study, and on base of this packaging decisions are made on this infrastructure having for this. Function of the Indian Institution of Packaging. What type of the function Industry of Packaging are running? The Industry of Packaging (IIP) are doing such activities for packaging industries. First is the research and development. What type of the problem having in packaging and how we can be solved. It is done by research and development by the IIP. Then educational programs. The IIP running many more short-term and the degree and diplomas program for to be develop the packaging systems. Then training and programs. What about the training need for the entrepreneurs and businessmen? The IIP providing for this. Then consultancy and projects. Many more consultancy and different projects are done by the IIP. Then testing facilities. The testing of packaging material and the efficiency of packaging material is done by IIP. Then exhibitions and design. Whatever the material having, whatever the quality of the whatever the packaging material quality, it is going to exhibit and design about this. Then providing the award for the innovative packaging as well as to be a good work for this packaging industries. Then information and publication, many more articles and information for on a book and advertisements and etc. are published by IIP. Then library and internet services. IIPs are providing their library access for the entrepreneurs, businessmen, and as well as the students. And international membership also provided by the IIP. So brand is in international market. What is a brand? In simple, everyone know about that. We can say symbol or logos which giving the proper identification for the particular products is known as a brand. So branding decisions are international marketing are deciding the generic or non-generic brand. So generic means the product is already completed patent of 15 years or we can say 20 years. And after completion of the IPR, the product is ready to use for or ready to manufacture for everyone. So such a decisions, generic or not, it is done by the branding decision also. Then decision to have a manufacturer. This even the manufacturer are deciding yes he need to develop a brand or not. The Bata is manufacturing a brand for shoes and chappal, and Nike is a brand for the sports. Even Compton making a brand for electronic or electrical products, Panasonic as well. So many more brand name we know very well, and these manufacturers are designing a brand. And the private brand means the brand is on the base of their own company name, or maybe the brand is named on the base of the location or geographical indication, etc. So is an example of that the Alfonso mango from Kokon, it is giving geographical indication of the Kokon. But if you manufacturing the Doshis or Ketkars mangoes or Tata's mangoes or somewhere else, the step of this brand name also having in a products. The decision have to have a local or global brand. Whatever the brand we are having and whatever the selection of the global or local brand, then decision have a single brand or multiple brand. Means to be, if you wanted to run a business, you can be run by single brand or single name products, or we can be multi-branded products. As like name as the Hindustan Unilever are developed many more brand for a single. They are using multi-brand products. Even the company is made by single name. International marketing, segmentation, and integration. Different type of marketing, segmentation, integration are running on the basis of the international marketing segmentation, geographical segmentation. Segmentation means yes. On the basis of the geographical conditions and segmentations we are doing. The second part is that the demographic segmentation. On the basis of the demographic study, we are doing the segmentations on these products. Then psychographic segmentation. Psychographic segmentations on basis on the psychological study and the behavioral segmentation, whatever the perception of the behavior of the people. Then user segmentation, who are using the products on basis of this use of the products in the life cycle and even the lifestyle of people's buying habits and capacity and even economic conditions. Then consumer segmentation, whatever the consumer having and where to produce, where to buy, or the brand is linked. Suppose that the ice cream or cafe coffee days, or even then the name is that KFC. The consumer segmentations we are doing. And factor for segment selection. Firm related factors. The firm, what firm, what the firm specialty, what the product specialty you have on base of this firm related factors. For example, Venki's are famous for to be manufacturing the chicken in a globe. The product related factors, whatever the products we are having, and how to be developed for the particular products. Then competitive factors, whatever competitive advantages have it, and how we can be develop these things. Then market related factors means what the market exactly wanted and how to be effective use of this market requirement. Then essential characteristics of market segment. Then measurable, sustainable, differentiable, accessible, and anticipable or actionable. The stuff of these characters we are need to study. We need to study about that. Measurable means to be what the factory we are studying. We need to find out the measurable environment. Then sustainable means whatever of the is the product is sustainable for how long time. Then differentiable means how the products are different from the other countries or other products. Then accessible means how your products is accessed for by the country or even by customer. And actionable, how we can be react products. The concept of international marketing. Integrations means to be how we can be collecting and gathering information and be making the proper decisions. And evaluating of marketing segment, market potential, organization of the sales, promotion and potential activities. Then a breakdown on approaches and build up approaches. The breakdown approaches means the organizations are break the bulk and in a different manner, and as per the requirement the customers the products or brands are named to change. Build up approaches means to be people are making habitualize with people to break up the build up approaches. Then survey, time series survey analysis means to be right now one product I saw, it is named as to be paper boat. Actually paper boat is then we can say a wrapping, or we can say tissue packing. The stuff of packing are utilizing for to be our for making more convenience with the peoples and making attractive for the buyers and users. So ultimately the Samsung and Coca-Cola also need to study about that, and right now upcoming they are doing research on this. In upcoming days we will enjoy these products in a new packaging because of time series analysis. Then regression analysis means whatever the regression have it, and ultimately the factor affecting on each others are it can be understood by the regression analysis. And selecting the market segmentation, single segment conditions and selective specialization. Then tool for the competitive means whatever of the benefit value industries, then stillment industries, specialized industries, or fragment industries. When you are dividing the industries in 4 parts. First is the volume industries, whatever the products we are having and how we can be develop the products particularly in a volume, on a big volume. The second part is that the stake matter industries means the stakeholder or how much stake you have in the market. Then specialize, whatever the specialization you have it, and on base of the specialization you can be developing a particular segments in the market. Then fragmented industries, whatever the fragmented have, and on this of fragment that the market is divided, and we can say fragmented industry segment. International product positioning, how we can be produce the products, the significance, uniqueness, reasonable, and profitability. Whatever the decision for the positioning of the products for a significance, what is the sufficient significance and information having or not. Then uniqueness means if the product is quite making difference from the other products. Then reasonable means the products you are making reasonable, making available for and easy to use. Then profitability, how make more profitable for the organization as well as the customer. Okay, so 5 dimension or 5 differentiations of the dimensions. First is the product differentiation. Whatever the products we are need to diversify the people from the other product, from the competitors. Then service differentiation, how we can be differ from our competitor and other products better than others services. Then personal differentiation, the brand name, the thoughts and beliefs and idea of the companies and presentations. And channel of differentiation, how the products are different distributed from the manufacturer to sales person or to be a consumer. The channel differentiation also. And image, the brand image and brand name and the perception of the people's are making different from differentiation from the people mindset. So my friends, in product mix unit number 3, a part I'm going to complete, and for next lecture I'm talking about that international pricing decisions, and unit number 4 as well. So these points I need to cover in next lectures. Okay, fine. So nice to talk with you, and I hope my session will be helpful for you. And I'm going to end my session. Thank you very much for and I request all of you, if you are not subscribed the channel of KV Pendarkar, VV College, the VV College, and Ambedkar College, Ambedme channels, which is known as the VV College, are running the crash courses. Please subscribe the channels and we enjoy your videos, which is make by sincere effort by this Dalvi College and Ambedkar College. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Shall I leave, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good day. Bye.